So if you're someone who's ambitious, who is currently working on something, this is most likely for you a business model if you click on this video. And your business model, or that thing you're working on that you're so passionate about, that probably you put a lot of hours in, countless hours for that matter, countless nights and stuff like that, and you don't see the growth you'd like to see, I want you to watch this video. Okay, and I want you to watch this video because I was exactly at that situation not too long ago. Okay, I was the type of guy who, you'll see all of these people online saying, oh, I tried these business model, didn't work, I failed, I tried a lot of things. That's one thing, okay, to try things, whatever, but to actively put your all in and to be obsessed about something for months and months on end, okay, and not see any kind of result, that's something else. Okay, that's just not like trial and error. That's like mentally torturing yourself to do something. Okay, and that's exactly what I did. And again, I'm being vulnerable in this video because I think this is something not a lot of people talk about, right? It's not just like, oh, you're trying this business model, doesn't work, and you're a little kid in high school and everything goes well. No, it's working on something for a whole year and not seeing a singular money or a single client or a single result or a single advancement in your business. That's something else, right? Maybe if you're watching this video, you're at that point right now, and trust me, I know exactly what it feels like. It's hell. It's literally hell. Okay, and I'll be able to go a bit more in my story on what I did, how was it like, and also the mindset to adopt to be able to make it out and be in that percentage of people who actually do make it out, because the majority of people don't. That's the simple truth. A lot of people just get stuck in that and never are able to get out of it. Okay, and obviously you're watching this video, you're serious, you want to be able to get out of it. So I'm going to be able to give you a few pointers on how exactly to get out of the fucking situation that's terrible. Okay, the reason it's terrible and the reason it's literally mental torture is simply the fact that us humans, we want to see results from our actions, okay, and as quick as possible. And the majority of the time is we're super impatient. Okay, I'll give you a perfect example. If you go to the gym, right, even it's the first 2 weeks, 3 weeks, you'll at least start feeling better. If you train properly and eat right and stuff like that, you'll feel a bit better. You'll start seeing some muscle, right? You'll see some advancement. In business, the thing with business and why a lot of people quit is that you can work on something for a year, for a year and a half, 2 years, and nothing moves. You don't see even one singular result, right? And this is exactly what happened to me. I worked on multiple business models. I didn't see any result. When I mean any result, zero type of result, and no clients, no nothing, right? But you're putting your all in into it. So it's super hard, right? And if you're not ready to accept that delayed gratification and those delayed results, it's going to be very hard for you. Okay, because anything that's new, it's super competitive, right? That business model you're trying, that client you're trying to sign, thousands of other people are trying to sign that person. So what makes you different? Why? And why would they go with you? There's thousands of others, right? If you'd be the only one, it'd be easy to get clients, right? And again, I'm making this video because I was exactly in that situation. I was the type of guy who was trying absolutely everything in his business and it wasn't going at all. And it wasn't because I wasn't working or putting the reps in or doing enough outreaches. That wasn't the case. It's simply because that's how business is. That's the normality of it that a lot of people don't talk about. It's normal. You have to go through that phase. Okay, and my obsession with it was to the max. Okay, I would dissociate myself from friends and family to be able to focus on it. If someone asked me to, on this, I don't know, Friday night, just to do an activity, simple activity, nothing crazy, not even drink or anything, just go to somewhere, I would feel anxiety, not anxiety, but I wouldn't feel happy with myself if I said yes, for the simple reason that I would say, why would I go to this event and put time into that while I don't even have a first client? Why would I do that? I don't even have a first client, and my goals are making it with online business, having clients. So why would I spend my time doing something else other than that? It was to that point. Okay, and this lasted months and months and months. Okay, people would call me boring. People say, why don't you want to do this? Why don't you want to do this activity? And I didn't explain it. Obviously, I kept it to myself, right? I remember the only reason I would go out is if I could have my phone and do some work while surrounded with people, right? Once, maybe a month, I would do that, max. And you can maybe call this like super boring, super obsessed, like that's not how you should live your life, so like that. I'm sorry, but that's how you have to be able to make it work. It's not a question of, oh yeah, just here and there, working on the business, it's a little side hustle, thing like that. That's never gonna work. You're not gonna be able to get a point where you're making 25, 30K a month, like I am. Unfortunately, it's not gonna come from there. How much people your age are making 25, 30K or 40K or 50K or even 15K for that matter, 10K a month with their business online, and they have their freedom. They're able to buy things they want. They're able to work from anywhere, right? How many people, what's the percentage of people in your age who are able to do that? Less than 1%. Why? Because that one less than 1% are doing things that I'm doing. Not going out. Only going out if you can work on your phone, right? And the thing with that is, I would do that and I would have that kind of attitude and still think to myself I wasn't doing enough. Why are other people able to sign clients, get so ahead in their business, make all this money while I'm still stuck here, putting day in, day out the effort, sacrificing time with others, quality time with others to be able to work on my own things and still not getting the advancement I'd like? What was I doing wrong? And the reality is with that is, of course, it's a part of luck with anything, but mainly is because those people went through that time that I was currently going in. And I didn't realize this back then. I thought there was something a bit wrong with me, wrong with what I was doing, the approach I was taking, the amount of work I was putting in. But that wasn't the case. The case was I was just in that part of the business where it's super delayed results, delayed gratification. That was the part of the business I was in, but I didn't know that at the time. Now I know. So when I see someone working very hard and saying how hard it is to sign clients and how hard it is to make it work, I say, good, yeah, that's exactly what you have to go through to be able to make it work. If you don't go through that period, it's not going to work. You're not going to be able to get to that 1% level like we talked about. You have to go through those hard times, right? And again, don't watch this video thinking those hard times are a few weeks or maybe 1 or 2 months. These hard times can last 6 to 18 months, if you will, of completely zero advancement in the business. Listen, I had around 40 sales calls before signing a first client. 40 sales calls. Most people will do 5 sales calls, not close, and quit the model and say, oh, it's not possible to sign clients, nobody wants to get in. I did 40 of them. And now people are asking me, how are you able to sign clients? How are people paying you? Stuff like that. Yeah, because I did the reps. I gained the confidence to doing those sales calls. I reviewed those. I look at myself, how could I tweak it? What can I change? What can I do differently? I used to listen to my sales calls on a repeat. I mean, like, what could I have said there when he gave me that type of objection? Or when he wasn't sure, his body language, when he wasn't sure when I said this, what could I have done differently? How can my pitch be adjusted to exactly what he wanted? Those things. You have to self-analyze. You can't just sit there, have 5 sales calls and then wonder, oh, no, my offer isn't good or people don't want this. No, you can't. All the offers are good. People are making a bunch of money in offers you could think that they're shit, but they're still making money. So what are you doing that's bad that you can adjust? When I got a DM reply, awesome. What made him want to reply to my DMs? Is it my profile? Is it his industry? Right? So it's all things you have to think about, right? And just not quit on that regard. I know it's cliche to say to not quit, but that's fucking what it is. You can't quit. You have to go through that phase. It's a very, very hard phase, right? And just to maybe explain the obsession I have with this, okay? Like I said, back then, all I was thinking about was getting the business forward, signing a client, having some money come in, okay? I used to spend my days doing outreach, doing the necessary work, etc. And in the morning, I would wake up and feel this kind of stress and this kind of panic mode. I was in kind of panic mode, right? And I used to super quickly go to my phone. That's always what I used to do. I used to always go to my phone and look for any kind of replies, any kind of contract signs or whatever, okay? And I used to panic and go see those. And if I had 0 replies, that would ruin my day. Not as in I would abandon or anything, but it would just like put me in some stress of like, fuck, what did I do? Why did I not get a reply? I sent 200 fucking DMs. Why am I not getting a reply? What's wrong with me? What did I do? It was mentally terrible for me, right? And even if I got up and I got a few replies, sure, that made me smirk for 0.2 seconds potentially, but barely, right? And this lasted for months and months on end. Then it kind of all came, fell into place, if you will. But yeah, I mean, I used to, with those sales calls, a lot of them, I mean, think about it. I would do a bunch of outreaches. I would maybe have a few response right here and there, have a few clients on calls, whatever. I would work so hard for that call. I was super prepared for it. Everything was good. I was getting better at sales every call. And once I had that call, the client with the meeting was great. Everything went well and everything. I obviously sent out the contract because they can't pay if they don't see the contract, right? Or back then I thought that. I would send the contract with the payment link and everything. And they say, yeah, I'll review it and I'll sign tomorrow after tomorrow. Okay. And I was very, very positive because, again, that's what they told me. We had a great call and everything. And I'd wake up and see nothing. No contract viewed, no contract signed, and no response from them. Okay. Try doing this for over 40 calls. Like I said, is mentally torturing. Because you think that the next one, oh, this one's 100% it. This one's 100% signing. Why would he not sign? We had a super great discussion. But he wouldn't. He would just ghost. And again, if you're not ready to go through that, like I said, it's going to be extremely hard for you. You're going to have to go through that. That's part of the process. And again, here's the part nobody really tells you about when your business isn't growing, right? It's not because of the business model. It's not because of the DM outreach you send. Maybe partly it is because of that, but mainly is because, again, you're in that part where nothing's moving, that part where everything is difficult, you're getting constantly rejected, nothing's moving, right? It's because you're in that part, and you have to stick through that part and stick through the things that don't work. Keep doing those, right? Because eventually it will slowly start to fall into place, okay? Because that's where the majority, like we said, a lot of people quit. That's the biggest thing. Why do so many people start an online business and so many people quit? Is because when they're in that part, they quit. Or external excuses come in. Oh, I'm too tired. Oh, I don't have the time to do this. Oh, it doesn't work. Oh, nobody's gonna take me seriously. I don't have any results. Okay? Nobody does. How do you think I signed my first client? By faking a case study? No, you just have to be honest with the guy. This is my first time doing this, but I'm gonna make sure I make it work for you because there's no other choice. I put in too much effort. You can even do sometimes free trials at the start, That's also a good strategy to put it all online. You pay nothing, I get your results, and when you get results, you pay me. Simple. Then once you have that case study, you can leverage it, and it's gonna help you for so much other things after that. And again, I don't think business is hard, like I said, because of the model or because of specific points. I just think it's hard because it messes with your head so much, right? You have no feedback, especially when you're doing this alone. This is a lot of things that a lot of people don't realize, that going on this journey alone is very challenging because you have nobody to talk to. You have nobody to tell you what you're doing is good or bad. So you're just thinking it's good, but in reality, you're not getting results. You're thinking it's bad to yourself, right? But you're going to learn through it, obviously. By doing it, you're going to learn, but you don't know at the start, right? There's no validation, right? if you get a reply, you can maybe potentially analyze and see, why does that guy reply to me, right? But you don't really know. You can ask him, maybe, potentially, right? And the biggest thing, like I said, is delayed reward. Like I said at the start of the video, for the gym example, you go to the gym, you see reward. Business is the opposite. You do shit, you don't see any results, right? So you have to be the type of person who's super, super patient and knows that this is part of the process. And the second you do that, it's simply just a question of pushing through it. And obviously when I mean push it, I mean analyze things what you're doing. Obviously not just like send blatantly, just blindly outreach and just hope that something sticks. Like obviously be intelligent about your work, but it's mainly about just doing the work in of itself. And again, the only reason my business works today is because I went to this part and now I'm making 25, 30K months, right? If you don't know the business model I do, you can now check my channel if you'd like. I do this model, it's called info consulting, which is basically a type of growth operating. It's in the info space, helping people, creators, experts, make money with their coaching or their courses. Okay, that's what I do currently. And it's a great industry, but again, very competitive. You know, a lot of people want that client you want. There's a lot of money to be made. A lot of people are getting in this industry. So you have to be able to separate yourself. And that's exactly what I did as well, right? So yes, it's about the work, but it's also about being intelligent and positioning yourself correctly. But that comes from what? That comes from being inside of it and doing the reps. You'll eventually see what clicks and what you can get into, right? Or you can go to someone who is already there maybe and just get his help, but that's another thing. And you can do whatever you want, okay? But going back, I would have 100% have done that. Just go see someone who's already where you want to be. I had too much of the ego, be like, oh, I don't want to pay these mentorships. I want to do this on my own. I can. You know, I heard these people are getting scammed. But the reality is, if it saves you 6 months or a year, it's going to save you more money than just buying the thing. Even if it's 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, who cares? You know how much a year worth of your time is worth? Way more than $5,000. So maybe just do that. Take the risk of investing in yourself and trusting someone online who you've never met, okay? I'll give you a perfect example of this. When you take the plane, you're not 100% sure it's gonna land, right? But you still have to get to your destination. You still want to be able to make that 10K a month. That's your destination. So you still take the plane, right? Even if it's not 100% sure, it might crash. Same thing with the car, it might crash, you know? But you still take your car. You still have the place to be. Same thing with the plane. You still have your destination to be, right? Your destination is the 10K a month. You have to take the plane. You have to take the risk, whether that's investing in yourself or spending months working on something. You have to do something. Nothing is 100% sure, or else everyone would have it. That's the magic in it. So again, if you're in that part of your business, my biggest advice, first thing, go see the right people. That's going to give you so much of your time back and so much of your clarity back on what to do, what to optimize. It's going to make you feel way more relief. Okay, it's not just about having the skills. It's about every day you wake up and you know you're working on the right things that is going to move the business way faster. So go see the right people. Second of all, realize that the part you are in is the correct part and you should be in that part, and it's normal to be in that part, and you have to go through this part to be able to make it out. Okay? And again, if you're watching this video, I know you're serious, right? Because you wouldn't watch it that many minutes in, right? And I know it's going to work your business for you, right? So if you kind of resonate with this video, okay, again, I want you to take this video as a good thing, right? It's normal to be in that part. You're going to have to go push through it, and it's going to work if you keep staying in that part and you keep pushing, because that's the only reason I'm here today, maybe speaking to you in the first place, okay? Because like I said, not too long ago, I was exactly in your shoes, right? So if this resonates with you, I'll leave my Instagram below. So if you have any questions about my business, about me, about advice, feel free to reach out, and I'll see you in the next video.